Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time once again for some more Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. And I see a figure lurching towards me there in the darkness, one from which I may wish to conceal myself until I can draw somewhat closer. Oh, and it's got me running again. We shouldn't run, not yet. We are not yet detected. So up to this point, apart from some graphical and gameplay changes, we haven't seen much of the promised alterations to the prologue, although those are sure to come. We are spotted. A tainted red priest. Get hit. Oh, that's some significant reach. Ow. Right. Got him. Taking everything he has. Also, using a healing item, of which we have few at this point, if any. Was that indeed our last? Let's see. No, we have small health potion. Swift steps, that'll make us go faster. Rejuvenation potion. Sure. No, okay, potions and food. Okay, yeah, fine. Well, let us take this with us. Commentary to Brother Eustin's Underground Wonders. Author Brother Ab. Contrary to Brother Eustin's view that the lower level of the island asylum is merely a confined vault system under the building complex, it seems endless. I even suspect it spans the island and reaches beyond. Brother Eustin's explorations are commendable. He was too ready to view dead ends as final. My research, however, has repeatedly confirmed that many passages he marked as closed off were buried tunnels extending deeper. As our doctrine teaches, persistence brings results, and we've been rewarded. At the end of one such tunnel, dismissed as a dead end, we found a vast chamber, and in its center, a menhir, a remarkable monument. This menhir is truly an underground wonder, potentially revolutionizing our understanding of these statues. We shall take that with us. The light promises hope, but maybe we should be cautious all the same. There may be more foes. What is this? Weird plasm again. Notes of Father Volad. 3rd of Rowan Moon, 442. Actually, 442. Yeah, so this is interesting, right? The technology levels we see in the game are far too far ahead of that. I was going to bring this up because the song on the main menu, there's occasionally lyrics chanted that mention Niflheim, Muspelheim, and even the Gnunga Gap, all of which are from Norse mythology, which hadn't really arrived in this land during Arthur's time. Arthurian legend frequently describes King Arthur defending his land against the Anglo-Saxon invaders, whose attacks become more prevalent towards the end of the cycle. And indeed the impression is that Arthur would have kept the Anglo-Saxons away longer if he was not betrayed by his son Mordred and led into a bitter civil war. Now the Anglo-Saxons arrived as mercenaries in the employ of the Romans, who were having trouble keeping down the local Celtic populace. And when the Romans decided they couldn't be bothered to continue to occupy our fair land any longer, or that it was becoming too expensive or too, just wasn't rewarding enough, and they left, the Anglo-Saxon mercenaries who they'd invited over decided they liked the place so much they wanted to stay, and they began oppressing and suppressing the locals. And that created a bitterness that is remembered by the Irish, the Welsh and the Scots to this day, who still hate us, despite the fact that they now have so much English blood in their national makeup that they don't really have much of a leg to stand on. In all fairness, later generations of English people did some very bad things, especially to the Scots and the Irish. Oliver Cromwell starting, what he did to the Irish was just like, really bad stuff. This four-dweller diorama unsettles me. Why does it look so dead? Previous depictions showed living beings, and this skull, so similar to ours, it's eerie. It resembles a menhir, yet menhirs were supposedly raised by Merlin. But how could ancient four-dwellers foresee what Merlin would create? 7th of Hawthorn Moon, 442. Rowan Moon and Hawthorn Moon, those do correlate to... Oh. Because the 13 full moons that occur in a year do have names, and those names are different in different parts of the world, but the Hawthorn Moon does sound very familiar. At last, proof Merlin didn't create the menhirs. We found one buried in the labyrinth. Brother Hugar is studying it now. If we're the first to explore the Isle of Dead's depths, Merlin couldn't have invented the menhirs. If. This truth should shake Avalon's faith in that old charlatan. The world of Prophet Kai shall finally prevail. Now the Red Priests in this setting are interesting. They seem to be researching the plague, but they also seem to be the creators of it, using it to what are we hiding from? Again, I don't like the fact that we seem to be hiding successfully from nothing and gaining experience when there's nothing to hide from. Now, prior experience would tell me that around that corner, behind me, is indeed a foe. Brother Terrell's diary, you know what, I'm just going to take that one and not read it. I've read it before. It may have changed. This obviously creates a shimmering of an insubstantial bridge of vines, and we have that hideous depiction. As usual, it's a four-dweller with the 3 or 4 arms. Can we take this lantern with us? Probably not. Indeed not. Okay. Can I? If I go back, yes. Blood transfusion, they're both the same, right? So presumably I can sell one. It has a financial... Right. And here the black weirdness blocks the way. This looks different. That light. Let us approach with caution. In my experience, there are one or two foes down here. Ah, this is different. This flight of stairs. I think that wooden platform was up here previously, but I could be mistaken. Also, this light seems to be new. It'll be hard to hide with this light. There is a body. Okay, an arrow. I do not see a foe, which is reassuring. Let's drop down like a menu. Not a men here. There are many shovels here. I believe we already have one. We should absolutely consider some archery at this early juncture in the interest of increasing the skill. There's our pick. Where is our shovel? Come on. There is our shovel. Excellent. Well then. We presumably have no need of another, unless they have limited durability. I should prepare myself for danger. As that horn-like blaring is ominous indeed. Oh yeah, I see you. Okay, we are spotted. Oh god. Fucking hell. Better use our big potion as well. We are not doing well here. And here we are, the Four-Dweller statue, in all its deathly glory. Brother Hugar's diary. The question remains, is there significance to this men here having 3 arms, not 4? How could we examine it without touching it? Poor Father Abed touched it with bare hands and vanished, as though he never existed. Shocked, the Pope forbade anyone from touching it again. Still, I hear it whispering my name. I know I should report it, but I don't want to. Someday I'll answer its call and claim it was Kai, even if it wasn't. I need to know. The Red Priests are probably up to no good. So, since this prologue has been reworked, I imagine this is where the changes are coming. Oh yes. There are significantly less swords. In the area design now. It still has this broken, floating feeling.
It's not here.
That sounds very unfriendly. Oh, the glowing eyes of these little child statues. And the fact they're all bald, like weak old men and women. It would appear we're on a guided... Oh. Ooh. No dead priest right by the entrance this time, I notice. Ooh. Okay, that's disturbing. I mean, this is definitely giving Hellblade vibes with all the bald figures. At some point, I would love to play Hellblade 2 when I have a computer capable of running it. I might just be able to run it. But my processor isn't quite powerful enough. It's below the minimum listed requirement, but it's so near that it might just be capable with serious problems. So I've avoided the risk for now. I'm well aware that this is very familiar to that figure. One down, one up, one down, one up. This broken arm has a different end to that broken arm. And that one again, see, that's got left lower, right higher, but it does appear to be the same figure. I'm not going to put this down to lazily recycling assets so much as it does feel like I'm walking about 18 inches below the surface of the floor in this area.
Gift. Peace. Fear. Not.
Which feels very concerning. Let us move on. I am grateful there is no third-person camera option, which I could use to check if I am indeed sort of shin deep in the ground. Because it just feels like I'm suddenly shorter. As if the ground is somewhat spongy and I'm sinking into it. Chanterelle. These look like I can pick them also. Ah, daffodils. Daffy Down Dillies. As they are referred to in the Secret Garden. Apparently common slang in the north, and yet outside of the Secret Garden, I'm not sure I've ever come across... I mean, apart from using it occasionally, let's just pick a few more of these before approaching the blue. We were approaching a place of worship. Seriously, that really looked like I could interact with it. Oh well, we'll have some raspberries. Excellent. I fully expect I am to step into the blue thing. I'm just... Yes, I was walking very little while ago. I'm just having a little look around first. Ah, someone has decorated the side of this tree. Roses growing this low. Interesting. The rose bushes outside our house are not in full bloom yet, obviously, because it's barely spring. We're just out of winter. Here we are.
I've been waiting a long time for someone to find me. Are you here to help me leave this place?
I do not know. What are you?
I wish I could answer. I cannot remember. I know I am not complete. I remember I once knew who I was at some point, but I do not anymore. I just am.
Now here's an interesting thought. What if this is not a Four-Dweller, but it is King Arthur? And it's his body that's being reanimated in Avalon to, in times of need. And his soul is trapped here, which is what allows them to call up his corpse. And we are helping facilitate a quest in which he can reunite himself once again, be made whole after Mordred's wound. Why are you here? He probably doesn't know.
And you? Why are you here?
Well, I was transported here by a morbid statue.
Are men here? That would explain the weirdness surrounding us.
What is this place?
I do not know. I think it is some kind of prison, deep in the weirdness. But walk with me. Let's find out together, now that I'm free.
You are free now? I shall interact with this eye-like structure.
I remember arriving on the shores of Avalon. That was the beginning of everything. But there were doubts and questions. How does it feel to leave your homeland behind? To keep moving forward, even though every step takes you into the unknown? The Four-Dwellers quickly made it clear to us. If we wanted to call this place home, we'd have to fight for it, down to the last drop of blood.
I just get to walk now. I may even need to fight. This circular platform looks like something may occur when I arrive upon it. Let us see. Yeah, I would prefer not to plummet into the abyss. So, really? Am I overburdened or something? I shouldn't be. Right. Why am I unable to... Okay, here we go, I think. Right, it's not making a huge difference, so... And leap! A leap of faith. Uh-oh. That is where I came from. Yes, just checking. I see the presence ahead. The eye like, uh-oh. Got my shield up. I may very well need it. The mighty figures with multiple arms are the Four-dwellers. The lesser ones, presumably humans. This...
In the end, we won the war. Merlin stole the sacred flame of the Four-dwellers and ignited the Menhirs, driving away the mist and clearing the nights of wyrdness. It was the first time we uncovered the secrets hidden within the Menhirs.
The secret power to keep the wyrdness at bay. The wyrdness is definitely having kind of like a echoes of the mist from Ravenloft, but also more of the chaos wastes from Warhammer, but sort of faster and more chaotic in their corruption and warping of reality. Alright, I feel safe enough to put my shield away now for a little while. We'll see how that lasts. Okay. You have more knowledge to impart.
Still, the land of Avalon honored our toil. It soaked up our sweat, our suffering, and our blood. In time, it rewarded us. Here in Avalon, we were given the chance to create great things. Camelot, the eternal castle, the capital of all humankind, was meant to be a symbol of that.
I sense I am supposed to be still walking, and indeed leaping, as the voice speaks to me. As I trip... Hello? That looks awfully familiar. I was just up there a little while back, wasn't it? No, not quite. Almost. That looks familiar, though. Although striding onwards and even leaping. No, I'm going to have to jump that one. I can't just, Oh. Can't just drop down.
We left the homelands to survive. The plague had consumed everything we once knew.
Uh-oh.
We thought we'd escaped it. But the Red Death returned like a specter to haunt us. Once again, it began to devour our home.
Something tells me I won't be able to sneak past him. Or open this door. The lights are too bright to realistically hide here. But I should try all the same. His senses may be weak. Oh, there's two of them. Let's keep going. I think we can presume they will not strike at us. I think I'm wrong. Okay, we run and interact. Oh no, oh shit, okay. Oh, 3 of you. Can I please? Good. Oh, they strike weak. Although... Ow. Okay. I should probably have not made it through there. Do we have anything? Anything at all? Let's hope that wasn't a bad decision, and we do not regret it. I don't feel there was a conceivable way I could have snuck past those 3 around the transportation point. So that was a bit of a tough fight. I did not check how low my health was before consuming that item, but... Ooh. The main menu song. After a long fight. King of Kings finally can rest in death. Did he not look like a Four-Dweller at that final point, like the Four-Dweller shrine is? And yet... There is a light in those eyes. And this is the chant from the main menu. So we can consider this to be Anglo-Saxon invaders corrupting the Celtic purity. Represented as demonic invaders, impure and wicked.
Oh, awaken thee, once and future king.
Or Merlin, actually. He is half demon after all. Being the son of a nun and an incubus, a race of demons who dwell on the other side of the moon. And here we are, still infected. Whoa. Those are very white. That one diamond, this one square. We are healthy. Oh no. This will end badly for us. This trail leads not from us. I think I should save. So we are being led to this. Channels of blood lead to these orbs. So I'm wanting to check the others. Touch. That's a sword. If we take the sword from his chest and place it there, this does look ominously like a face. We appear to be in the very chamber we have witnessed in the vision. This is a shield. Okay, so it looks like some kind of puzzle where we'll gather items. Take, you know, interact with them one at a time, unlocking one after another. Oh, they're just two. I thought there would be four. Or one for each of these blood channels. The helmet. Okay. Oh, now it's the eye. Ah, yes, this is the sword. We can also ascend to a great pool of blood in which we have no desire to dip our feet. Well, while I'm not certain our purpose here, I'm sure our role will be made known to us.
I am his hunger, the craving for what was beyond reach.
Bind the soul to the stone. What stone? Do I have a stone or this stone?
I am the price paid for touching the unreal.
So this is very new. That golden glow, a feeling of warmth to it. Uh-oh.
Ah, yes. I can see through the mist, but it's still all so unclear. I've dreamt of countless deaths for such a long time. Yes, it's time to wake. I am Arthur Pendragon. I led humans to Avalon shores. I built the great halls of Camelot. Thank you for bringing me here. I believe I owe you, young one.
While I didn't really have a choice, it was still an honor, my king.
I appreciate it. But let us leave decorum and honors for times of leisure. For now, we need to make way for Avalon. I have to see my kingdom again. I trust you'll accompany me. Or would you rather stay in this wretched place?
Oh, the American leisure instead of the English leisure. Why were you imprisoned here?
Trust me, I wish I knew. I remember death, then darkness, a terrible loneliness, ages upon ages of solitude, and these are all the details I have. Perhaps, in time, I'll remember more.
What even is this place?
I am not sure. Yet I learned to be grateful of fortunate outcomes, even if they come unexpected. It seems to be a place located between life and death. Or maybe a place that can defy death. But why was it created? By whom and when? These I'm unable to answer. But that's enough questions for now. Let us walk together and see the kingdom forged so long ago. After years of struggle, my people in Avalon finally live in peace and prosperity.
Do they?
I must see the legacy of the age of conquest with my own eyes. My Camelot in all its glory. What is happening?
And when you see it, what judgment will you pass? How will you feel of the way things have become?
I see now. I am not whole. You have only freed a part of me. I'm not strong enough. For now, I will have to journey by your side until my strength returns. I'll see the world through your eyes. In return, I'll lend you what strength I have.
This feels awfully similar to the Johnny Silverhand thing in Cyberpunk 2077, which I have not played, but I'm vaguely aware of it. Interestingly, when it was just the anonymous Foredweller, in early access, it didn't quite feel that way. It would be an honor to have you by my side, my king.
You are a surprising acquaintance, and it will be a pleasure to travel with someone of your disposition. And since it seems that fate has bound us together, let us make the best of it. Seeing my legacy through the eyes of another, a true picture of Avalon, not one crafted specifically for the king, may prove to be an interesting experience.
Let's make way for Avalon, then.
Oh, what an adventure this will be.
If we can find our way out of this place. Weirdness power received. Well, we have an objective. What are these?
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command.
I wonder if choosing the sword or the crown over the eye would have given us different results. Oh, a shield.
I am his oath, the weight of duty that shields the faithful.
Oddly, I briefly misread that as fearful. Oh, here we are. So she is hanging above the floor, a great weight. constantly pouring. And before we do leave, I've half a mind to see if we can reach that tomb. Especially without... Oh, look at that now. Oh! We can just walk upon the surface. As indeed did he. I see you. I don't think we're getting up there. To that sword. And if we do, we're probably not interacting with it. Well now. With the power of weirdness we have been bequeathed. King Arthur asked me to find more pieces of his soul in order to bring him back. There may be many of them. And here we have what? All these things. Okay. Well then, attributes. Okay, we're getting a bit more information now, but we're still not seeing the skill trees. Can we only see them at the campfire? Interesting. Optimal dash, but we have lost the Red Death. That is excellent, and for that we should be eternally grateful. In fact, I think we should take off our hood, show our face, be proud to display our healthy visage. We'll probably put the hood back on soon, I'll tell you that. Oh, and here we are. Ring of Protection. I'm putting that on. Increase armor by 1. Yes, please. Not that we have very much armor at the moment. Oh, dear. Yeah, maybe we should just put that hood straight back on. You have unlocked your first soul fragment. From now on, you can safely enter the weirdness and interact with various machinery left behind by the Foredwellers. Additionally, the power of King Arthur has healed you from the Red Death. How do we safely enter the weirdness? Oh, they don't mean it like another physical plane of existence. I mean like when it's manifesting the world around us. I was like, do we have to use these to enter the weirdness? No, that would appear to not be the case. These disappear for a time. How far? Okay. It was worth checking. Yes, I saw the light flicker in the distance. I'm not sure I like this new version of the prologue, interacting with Arthur so directly. Now, will you form for us? And hold fast as we cross over. Taking faith, the bridge will not disintegrate once again, leaving us to plummet into the depths. Now. Oh, that was a little bit of a lag spike there. I heard a big heavy crunch. I should probably save again just to be on the safe side. Ah, yes. I'm not sure we can engage these mighty beasts, or that they can assail us. However, we might get some stealthy experience and increase our skills of sneaking if we engage in stealth as we cross this bridge. Again, venturing too near to the edges could lead to very unhealthy revelations, as the rotting, corrupted giant with growths and spikes emerging from its flesh pushes. I believe there are two. There are. They keep this great wheel in the center, whatever it is, churning and turning. But to what end? Probably shouldn't even set foot upon it. Probably something to do with that great glowing globe suspended in the air above. And it might be best that we are out of here as soon as can be. We are drastically running low on healing supplies at this point, however, so we want to be careful. At this point, the old prologue had us fight 2 or 3 foes to get out of a portal, one of whom had a powerful ranged spell. We may be ill-equipped to handle that encounter if it remains the same. However, things have changed already. We don't have that 4-dweller middle mouse button thing anymore that we had before. So we want to be careful with that. And it's my feeling that maybe our skills are separate from level experience, which feels odd. The skill advancement doesn't seem to be directly related to the points we have invested here, although these should affect those skills. Base stats, available points, so add points while sitting by fire. Is there going to be more buttons that turn up here, like that we can click on to then go base stats, other things? Not sure. And the artwork there looked suspiciously like something from Dragon Age 2 or 3. Yes, this is the chamber. I'm not sure we should be collecting weird plasm. That looks different, however. Let us pray things have changed. And that the great plodding feet we hear behind us remain in that great chamber, locked in their continuous circle. We created the Titans, for we need their work. Guard the peace of the working Titans, for without them we would not have power within our walls. Away from Tuathan, only the power of what is underground allowed us to reach where the weirdness does not. Even when we leave, the Titans will not stop working. It is how they were created. With their power, one day we will manage to learn what lies beyond the sea. I believe that is a message from the Four Dwellers. And there's our portal we want to get through. There's some kind of warm glowing fire. And I think we may need to fight to get out of there again. I'm going to sneak continuously here on this upper level. Because while I don't feel I will disturb the great giants, the titans, it probably would be best not to, if I could. And another message from ancient times. We must abandon the vision, because what is beyond the sea came to us, and we do not want it. We must leave to defend ourselves. They are coming. The Titans will stay. If I had come to this message first, it wouldn't have made much sense about that one. I wonder if the messages are revealed in the correct order, regardless of the order you read them. Probably not, actually. What is that? Glistening cluster on the wall. Ah, we do have a middle mouse button, although we have had no explanation yet of what it will do. It is warm and golden and glowing. Like the substance on the wall to the right, in the chamber below. Now we should probably stride boldly forwards. And discover there is seemingly no safe descent. Aha. Yeah, let's save again. I've got a risky feeling about this, an unsafe feeling, as it were. Because now we are presumably to be introduced to our new power. Look, I'm just going to go pick these mushrooms. And this does not appear to be something I can interact with. Okay. Yeah, look. Soul fragments grant you a measure of King Arthur's power. Activate a soul fragment to experience temporary effects such as increased damage or slowed time. Rest at a bonfire and select the appropriate power to recharge the king's appropriate option. I feel... yeah, look, it's that, isn't it? Yes. Ow. Well, that was rubbish, wasn't it? Okay. Need to not confuse jump for dodge. Now. We already have combat music, but our foe is not upon us. Alright. Got it. And yes, not available in combat. Yeah. I don't know how we're supposed to do that without any sort of support items, really. Oh, wait. Hang on. Ha ha ha. Let's be stupid. Okay. That isn't working. Right, yeah, I have no fucking idea. Well, the save name's very accurate, isn't it? Oh! No, that's not really going to help either, is it? Okay, hang on. Okay, wait. Really? Wow. Yeah, I'm just not sure we have anything useful there. So clearly... How the fuck are we supposed to do it? Right? I mean, I want to just run past it and go to the portal, but it's going to say you can't do this when you're fighting. Or maybe it won't. Let's see. Okay, we just try. Okay, it can hit us through the rock. What's the fucking range on this blood drain spell? Shoots a projectile that applies bleed. Heavy cast channeled. Oh, maybe we just continually cast? Okay, well let's try that. Well, we're dead. That was shit. So, yeah, impossible. We're clearly supposed to get an advantage from using the power, but it's so short-lived that it feels like it's really not gonna... Okay. How the fuck are we supposed to... I mean, we're just not. I must have been stuck on a pillar or something there. Bloody hell, this is going to be frustrating. The plague guys of two-handed swords clearly just messed me up too badly. Okay, wait, let's do something really dumb. Okay, that's something. Do we have to equip our... Okay, no, that's automatically done for us. Alright. Really? Okay, so he hits us based not on the cover, but on the time. So if we move behind cover quickly, he still hits us as if we were in the open. and he still fucking kills us because it's an impossible fight. If we had all those healing items from earlier, maybe we would stand a chance. If we didn't have to fight those 3 plague victims of the two-handed swords to get out of that area, then also maybe we'd have a chance. So we can do something with the power. Fucking move, you bastard. Right. And we're dead again. Yep. The dodging is painful. Okay. Dead. It's fucking impossible. I'm getting really frustrated with this now. I shouldn't be. I should just go, oh fucking hell, it's just really hard. I've got to keep doing it forever! But that won't really help, will it? I mean, game. Dear game. Sake. And now it's impossible. Right. How are we supposed to avoid his blows when he just automatically hits us after we dodge them? Right. The benefit of the power is too short-lived. Unless it recharges during the fight. Some way. Fucking dodge, you bastard! Right, well that was useless, wasn't it? Okay. And then I'm supposed to, what, just get behind cover here and let him... Fucking hell. If I had some manner of healing item, now would be a really good time to use it. I don't. I mean, increased movement speed might help with this fight, but what about all this stuff? Mana, health, sure, we'll... Eat a rose. I mean, this feels like he's still got something like 2/3 of his health, so... Bloody hell. You know, all these alchemical ingredients we should be using to make potions. Apparently we're just gonna gobble them all up. In desperation. Right. I know that move. Oh god, okay. Run like fuck! And heal once again. Let's pray we have more than just roses at our disposal. We have cabbage. Restores 1 health over 10 seconds. Okay. While we're restoring that 1 point of health, let's see what else we can use instead. 5 health over 10 seconds, okay. Well, it would seem we truly are the Knight of the Flowers. Roses and daffodils. The common and the exotic. But I think one more brief sortie and we might have this. Although it would be encouraging to be in full health, I think that might use our 2 remaining flowers. Yes, I was correct. Okay, here we go. I fucking jumped again. Oh, for fuck's sake, now I've got to do the whole fucking thing! Right. I didn't want to risk a mid-combat save because it didn't seem possible. Right. Fucking hell. Okay, let's just pop that there. It may save our life. Might not, but we'll see. Okay, yep. Fucking back. Okay, you know what? What the fuck? No. And again, he gets to hit through scenery with a time delay as if I was still in front of it. Let us consume some roses. Not Cadbury's roses, I must add. And after this, I think a daffodil, so I'm not wasting a 10-point rose on such a minor injury. Sure, we go sage. Okay, can we save now? Yes, we can. Risky, but okay. Now we heal again. Okay, that was not our most successful assault. It would be very nice if our spell worked, but it doesn't appear to. And I don't rightly know why. Do I want to check? Tricky. Oh god. Get the fuck out of here. That was terrible. That was even worse. You know, I'm just going to reload. That was so bad. You know what? Let's try again. Maybe spells can only be used... Okay, let's see. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm reloading that. Our spell just isn't working. I'm clearly not understanding how the spell functions in some manner, such as range or targeting. Have we? Get back round behind the rocks. That worked quite well. We got, what, 2 or 3 hits in? Took 1 or 2 ourselves. What little strength he has indeed. I think at this early stage, I'm going to require multiple mid-combat saves. Just to make it through this tonight. By early stage, I mean early stage in the game, in terms of character progression. Let's go. Ow. Ow. Okay, he does stop when he can't get me at all, when he can't see me. If we had some kind of invisibility spell, maybe that would be really useful. We don't have some kind of invisibility spell, by the way. That would be rather nice at this point, wouldn't it? Okay, Sage. Sage will come after daffodils, I imagine. It's just a matter of utilizing what's most likely to help us survive this at the moment. And at the moment, what's most likely to help us survive this is this pillar. There we go. And now for the dangerous moment. Run. I don't like the fact that he gets 1 free hit in after we get into cover. That is extremely... It feels extremely unfair. Are we given the same advantage against foes? Okay, let's get down the bottom here, see if we got anything really helpful. Like potato, groats. Okay, we get rid of these. Let's look at it another way. We're reducing our encumbrance level. Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, those white button mushrooms. They'll do the trick, I think. But once we make it out of here, we will definitely want to be investing in some better skills and equipment to aid us against similar situations in the future. Also, let's hope we don't get into similar situations in the future for a very long time. Ah. Alright. So not charging in, but using the shield to cover against his ranged attacks. Yes! And we get a free heal from it. Awesome, we needed that. Ring of Toughness increases encumbrance limit by where the hell did we find that? New journal entry. Well, so we automatically are given the thing without having to loot the body. One available point. Add points, but I presume those points will just go here. Giant Sentinel. Forged by the Four Dwellers, the Sentinel is a towering construct, a forgotten remnant of a fallen empire, mindlessly guarding abandoned secrets. Its massive frame of stone and crystal looms like a living mountain, every movement resonating with the weight of the land itself. It doesn't really feel like the weight resonates. It felt very light and swift in its motions. A single strike from its colossal fist can crush careless trespassers, while its crystalline claws slice through armor and stone with ease. It knows no fear, no mercy, only the eternal command to protect, ensuring that whatever lies beneath the ruins remains sealed from the world above. There's a white space here where there's probably some kind of picture coming. And as far as undead are concerned, death is not always the end. For those whose bodies are defiled by necromancy or twisted by the wyrdness, death is merely the beginning of something far worse. The undead are mindless husks, stripped of soul and will. Hollow of their humanity, they move only by the magic that binds them. They feel no pain, know no fear, and crave nothing except to feed, to tear, and to obey masters who care nothing for them. Who they once were no longer matters. Now they are empty vessels, cursed to wander Avalon until time or steel finally reduces them to dust. I'm thinking I should definitely be saving the game so I don't have to do that again. And is it me? Or does the Four Dweller power in the bottom left-hand corner have a bit of a bluish tinge to it now instead of just the grey? No, maybe not. Maybe it's just... It looked like it was picking up some of the colour from this gate, through which we shall now step. When we level, we're putting a point into endurance first thing, because we need it. Let's lower our weapon. We should feel safe here. And walk, not run. That was a brutal fight. I still don't know why our spell doesn't seem to be working. I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe the big stone thing just can't bleed, and it's not a valid target. Maybe everything we tried to cast a spell on was not a valid target, and that's why it didn't work. That feels a bit odd, though. Nope, we fell down. And now we're running again. Interesting. Let's try once more. There we go. There's a lone figure by the boat. The fellow we met in the prison does not appear to have made it out. There's also a fallen figure down on the beach by the ruins of a small boat. Here we have some kind of shrine with sage, wolfsbane, carnations, essence. Well, it's more like powdered carnation. This does not... I'm going to take a feather. This does not feel like a very safe place. What was that? Rosemary. Okay. Alright. Let's go meet the man who set us free. Now here's the interesting part, right? We should have paid attention earlier when he said that he escaped from here before, which means he was once plagued as well. Looked like he was coming straight for us for a moment there. And indeed. But if he was... Oh, wait. So... if he also escaped by the same path we did, he may also bear a fragment of Arthur's soul, and the two should be reunited. So this is the Hermit's Cave. Hermit's Diary. 2nd of Hawthorn Moon, 621. Okay, so now we're heading into the Dark Ages. I've roamed Avalon too long. No sign of my brothers, no messages at our meeting point. Could I truly be the last druid? 13th of Oak Moon, 621. I tried hiding near Kuanacht. The people there seem honorable and didn't fall for lies about us, but the red priests appeared there too, forcing me to flee again. My bones can't endure much more. 9th of Vine Moon, 621. Thanks to Hob in the sunken village, I reached the island asylum. They'll never suspect a druid here. Hob didn't even blink when I asked for help. 6th of Willow Moon, 626. My days are ending, but those red fools never found me. It's been lonely, but my cave became home. I feel this is my last entry. I hope my brothers will see this hiding spot as our last prank on Avalon, worth every moment. Willow Moon is familiar. Let's... Ooh, hang on. Big health potion. Then we'll pop in those button mushrooms. There we go. I think I'll save again. Because... why not? There we go. My friend, you appear to be alone. Thank you for rescuing me.
There you are. It took you a while. I was getting worried you wouldn't make it. I even realized that I didn't get a chance to introduce myself. I'm Caradoc, your savior. What kept you so long?
I ran into some trouble along the way. If that was a test, I'd better have passed. You sent me even though you knew what was there, didn't you?
I had my suspicions. What I didn't expect was you walking back free of the sickness. So go on. What did you find in there?
I found King Arthur.
You found him. I'm truly sorry it turned out to be you.
Oh? What are you talking about?
Well, it seems that the Red Priests managed to succeed in at least one of their experiments. You were able to go deep into the weirdness, survive, and even bring a piece of our king's soul back with you. I don't have to explain that this isn't something that happens every day. My job is to make sure it won't ever happen again. And this means you have to die. I'm truly sorry.
I'm not sure we had a chance of surviving that.
I'm sorry, but that had to be done. It shouldn't leave any lasting damage.
What did you just do? Did he kill the soul fragment inside us?
I had to get rid of the parasite that infested you a moment ago. You've seen, no, you've felt what he's capable of. This power can't be unleashed on Avalon. Not again.
What are you talking about? You almost killed me.
I could, but I have no issue with you. Only with what you carry within you. This means you're safe, unless you decide to stand against me. You are much more valuable to me alive than dead.
I think you'd better explain yourself.
You've found yourself in the middle of a mess that's been brewing for 600 years. Every single time things go down the shitter on this island, a bunch of cowards in Camelot bring our once and future king back from the dead. It's happened before. It will happen again. And soon. My journey, my mission, is to stop this from happening.
I wonder if I had avoided explicitly telling him what had happened, this could have been avoided. So you just killed a part of King Arthur?
No, but thanks to you, I finally destroyed a piece of him I couldn't have reached otherwise. And from where I stand, that's progress.
Can I? No, I can't. What do I have to do with all of this? Well, apparently I'm the person who can gather the pieces for him to kill.
What the Red Priests did to you must have been horrible. And yet, you've gained a unique ability to contain Arthur's powers within you. And what can be contained can be killed. That is why your assistance might be of help on my journey. My goal is to destroy King Arthur. To get rid of him, once and for all. There are pieces of his soul scattered across Avalon. I could use help in finding, collecting, and destroying them.
I can't help you with that.
I understand. It is your choice. I can't hold it against you. I will manage on my own. We will, however, meet again, if you decide to pursue the souls of the king. That I can promise. But you still need a way to get out of this island. And to prove I am not your enemy, you can sail with me. Unless you want to stay here and die when the Red Priests find you. That's also your choice.
I'll
I
stay.
really thought you were smarter. Well, have fun dying here, then.
Whispers represent fragments of memory unlocked by your mysterious companion. You can discuss them with him at the campfire. But let's see if that can play out differently, right? Let's see if we can avoid telling him the truth, or if he will push us and press us until he gets the information he needs.
There you are. It took you a while. I was getting worried you wouldn't make it. I even realized that I didn't...
Okay. He knew what was in there.
So go on.
I have no idea what happened to me.
Really? Then can you explain how you were suddenly cured of an illness that nobody knows how to cure?
I told you, I don't fully understand how all this happened.
Well, maybe the fact you were able to do that is why I was supposed to break you out of this place. Anyway, get some rest. We'll have to set sail soon, before the Red Priests find us here.
What do you want from me?
From what I understand, the Red Priests must have done something to you. Something that can prove useful during my quest. Else, I wouldn't be sent here.
And what is your quest?
My goal is to destroy King Arthur. To get rid of him, once and for all. There are pieces of his soul scattered across Avalon. I need to find, collect, and destroy them.
Wait, what?
Long story short, you've found yourself in the middle of a mess that's been brewing for 600 years. Every single time things go down the shitter on this island, a bunch of cowards in Camelot bring our once and future king back from the dead. It's happened before. It will happen again. And soon. My journey, my mission, is to stop this from happening.
Why is this so important to you? You're a descendant or disciple of Mordred's.
He's the reason the world as we know it is coming to an end. Every time they resurrect him, the weirdness grows stronger. Soon it will cover all of Avalon, and nobody will survive that. I've been cleaning this mess for a long time now, and I truly wish for this nightmare to end.
So what is your plan exactly?
The plan is to steal Excalibur, or at least what's hiding within that damned blade. A piece of our king is bound to it, and so it needs to be destroyed.
Is it even possible to steal such an artifact? The one who walks with me may be interested in recovering it.
We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it.
Where is Excalibur now?
The sword is kept in the Horns of the South. It's a fortress, but if someone has this emblem, they can enter freely. Here, pin it to your clothes. If you decide to help me, you should get in without any issues. When you do, find the captain. Brendan's his name. He'll tell you the rest.
Very well, let us go.
I have something to do first, but you should get some rest. Judging by the waves, the journey won't be pleasant. Set up a camp and get some sleep. Then we'll sail for the Horns of the South. Ah, and here, have some cobweb. Throw that into the fire and you'll be safe from the weirdness. Just in case I don't come back before nightfall.
From now on, whenever you'd like to rest, level up or cook something, you can set up a bonfire in the game world. To do this, simply open the quick wheel with Q. Whispers represent fragments of memory unlocked by your mysterious companion. You can discuss them with him by the bonfire. Maybe he could say, the night didn't really kill me. Bonfire? Bonfire. Well, where is it? Yes, please. Restore weird soul power requires 10. Something I don't know if I have. Ether, if you recall, where I have that. Okay, he has told me to do that.
Well, that man really hates me. That much is clear. It's good you didn't tell him we've met. Who knows what he'd have done?
Do you know why he hates you this much?
No. It seems that I should, but I don't. He knew me, spoke with certainty, with anger. But to me, he's a stranger. If he was a part of my past, then that past has been taken from me. I need to regain it.
Indeed. He said a lot of bad things about you.
That isn't right. I should remember. I should. All I know is that I left my kingdom strong, prosperous. It should have grown. It must have flourished in my absence.
So we're off to steal Excalibur.
It seems so. If Caradoc is hunting for more pieces of my soul, we should definitely claim them first.
Indeed.
When we do, I should grow stronger. I should remember. I should be whole. Let's go then, young one. Let's not waste any more time. I left my kingdom strong. It should have only grown stronger in my absence. And if something threatens it now, then I will see it restored.
I sense the kingdom has not grown stronger in your absence, but I shall level up with a stat point and a skill point. Attributes. We need the endurance. I see no change to these. Maximum health +8, encumbrance limit +10, stamina. Oh, is that per point? So, okay, yes, we'll do that. And back. And skill trees, hooray! Unarmed. Okay, so we want to go probably something in endurance. Health, stamina, and shields. Increased vitality. Each enemy killed increases your damage by 5%. Okay, healing resets the counter. Each enemy killed increases your maximum stamina, but okay. Unstoppable rage increases your damage by 1% for every 10 points of missing max. Okay, yep. Furious assault, every 10 points of health you're missing, your attack speed is increased. Okay. Practicality, we have healing. These seem to be all small changes to base stats. Armor. Increases armor value of your equipment by 2%. Oh, hell yeah. Let's do that. Born in armor. Well, we're getting more used to it. Armored skin, 1 extra armor, as opposed to a percentage. Endurance training. I mean, look, 2% of our current 5 armor is virtually nothing. But with higher armor levels, that will become more effective. Now, statuses. If an enemy has an active status on them, enemies with 2 or more debuffs. Okay, so this doesn't seem to be status on us. Crafting and trading. Hello. So, better prices, cooking, fishing rods, alcohol, craft arrows at a campfire, craft weapons and armor at a campfire. No longer craft weak items, okay. So this would be a nice one for practicality. Perception, we have stealth, daggers, critical hits. Under spirituality, you have wands and cubes, summoning, combat, and general buffs. Mana, regeneration, power and swiftness, unbound. Oh, your maximum health is increased by 10% of your max mana. That's an interesting one, because you can essentially increase 2 ability scores at the same time and put points in the skill tree. Don't like that. Necrotic empowerment, soul siphon. Okay, sorcerer's efficiency. So, and we have this combat, arcane teachings, tiresome weave. So this is like combat casting tree. The pyro window is increased by 0.1 seconds. Not knowing entirely what a pyro window is and having 3 levels to that, that may be good. Vampiric riposte gives lifesteal draining riposte. That would be a nice one to get. Deadly. What I might do is look at the... We're probably going to want points in stamina. Yeah. Wielding shields increases melee damage by 10%. Okay. So it might be worth looking at the skill trees and then improving attributes that synergize with skill tree expenditures. Let's restore our weird soul power. Do you want to cook something? Yeah, sure. What we got? Let's stick to basics for now. Okay, we can do that. And again. We are likely to need those. Okay. And now just rest. We don't know what time we want to rest till. So let's give it a good long rest. Here we go. Give Karadok time to return. There he is. Oh. It keeps turning off walk.
Ready? Hop on the boat.
So sprinting while walking turned off walk at one point. Let's get him a boat. And soon find ourselves on safer shores. By which I mean horrifically dangerous, but at least safe from the threat of the Red Priests, who might capture us and drag us back to their island asylum. Let's try to find our way to the Horns of the South and become safely ensconced within its walls before we end the episode. Yep, that does mean it'll be a pretty long one.
The sea was restless, waves slamming against the hull as you left the island asylum behind. Karadok's boat cut through the black waters, its course set for Avalon's shores. Then the deep stirred.
Oh, that can't be good.
A shudder ran through the vessel from neither wind nor tide, but from something far below. A presence, ancient and watching. And then it struck. The boat lurched violently, wood splintering as the sea itself rose in fury. A shadow moved beneath the surface, vast, coiling, inescapable. The next wave swallowed everything. Darkness took you. Salt filled your lungs, and then light. The crash of waves, the cold kiss of wet sand. You were alive. The sea had spared you, but not without a cost.
No boat, retching, puking up seawater. And we're running again. Let's walk like a real person. We don't have the energy to flee the sea. Stagger, yes. Oh, hello, that looks... There's a person over there. I'd like to get a better look at them. See if that looks like an undead figure, but I'm not certain. Oh, the greenery on that tree is not rendering very well. My graphics card doesn't like it, or something doesn't like it. Maybe it's just spindly twigs with no leaves, and that's why it just doesn't like it at that... Yeah, at that distance. Now, with the removal of... Okay, Bleeder Rogue. Is that a spell? Coats weapon for 60 seconds, inflicting, I presume, bleeding. Okay, we're not getting in that one. So, in previous versions of the prologue, there were two characters with the knight at the beach. We met one of them this time in the asylum, the man. We didn't meet the woman. She may have been in there in the chamber that we avoided searching. Flame resin appears to be a consumable item, so let's see. Safe conduct pass, we'll just keep that with us. Got some fish, eggs, sharpening stone, basic resource for upgrading equipment, okay, and wood. Some bread. Oh, that's a good healing item. So they are weapon coatings. Got it. Origin potion resets your skills and stat points. Extremely valuable. Requires 2 strength. Okay. Interesting enough. We'll probably be wanting to invest in strength at some point in the not too distant future. We should also probably endeavour to learn why our spell was not working. Does it need to be in the right hand, with shield in the left? First off, let's absolutely save the game, and be grateful to have made it off the island safely. I don't know if we would have been able to speak to Arthur's spirit with that one portion that we had slain. Or if we'd still have some vestige to contact anyway. The grass does look a little more lustrous. Hello, I see you. You're coming towards me. Okay. You get smashed into the ground. You have a blood clot and a monstrous brain. And we have a new journal entry. For meeting a new monster. Those things, that is slower than they used to be. That is a blessed relief. I'm taking that, and that, and that. Absolutely should read that and learn a little more about cooking. And then maybe... Oh, wow, no. That was not my intent. I absolutely should experiment at some point. Really? Hunter's stew. Excellent. Well, let's craft that then. And again. Why not? A third time, you say? Excellent. Now, previously there was a dead body here. It's gone now. It might be up in the ruins. A dead body with armor. Now, can we grab a quick bite of something to eat? I mean, we're only down 12 health. Feels such a waste. Maybe we can get this working. You are a wolf. Ah. You go down. And you go fuck off. Because I clearly I need to eat something. We'll take some wolf pelts in case we can utilize them in some manner of crafting in the future. The combat feels less frenetic than in previous builds. I'm able to open the inventory and utilize healing items. Hello. Look, they got metal knee pads. I feel slightly more protected, 6.2%. Can we utilize the well? No. But we can pick blueberries beside it, which is something. So the change to the prologue gives the feeling... Yep, I did wonder if, like myself, some players rankled at being told outright we're going to kill King Arthur, we're going to go steal Excalibur. Now we have an option to go against that. And the Foredweller, being King Arthur, ties into it much more closely than previously, where it was just a separate entity. In some regards, it feels better to leave it as a separate entity, but in others, it ties in more closely with the story. This is, of course, intriguing. And our spell finally began to work. There is a man working a cliff face there, with golden veins glistening upon it, in distinct patterns. Let's leave him be. Let him continue with his toil, and seek the safety of the local garrison that we were told to reach. I see you. 2 of you. Okay. Can we circumvent them? Circumnavigate their presence? And regain the path at some point beyond their influence? This is not cowardice. This is avoiding unnecessary conflict. And also checking in this ruin in case there's any valuable resources that may aid us in reaching safety. I like the fact that the empty on that barrel, the empty notification, was visible from quite some distance. It will make searching locations that little bit easier in the future, and you are just a stick that looks a little bit like antlers sticking up out of the grass, not some kind of flower to be plucked. I see them. There's 3 of them. That is an uncomfortable number for us to be dealing with in our inexperienced state. Now remember the little corpse gobbler, brain grabber creature, whatever it was called? There were like 3 of them on this path at one point in early access. It was brutal. Was that like a Skyrim intro? A loud flying thing goes overhead. In this case, more like a shrieking bird or pterodactyl or something than a dragon. Let's just be grateful and continue on towards this ruined wall. If men or creatures are upon the top of it, they may see us coming if we are not stealthy in our approach. I see another one of those creatures lurking up ahead. It currently is turned from us. Let us hope that it remains that way. Also, if using Foredweller power now needs cobwebs to replenish it. Hush, little one. And strike again. There we go. And now, hello, milkweed sage. Now we can justify. See, do we rotate? We do rotate. Okay. I see. That's the change in controls feels very much like a console game, and I don't like it. Cycling through instead of being able to pick from a list directly. Well, Yonder fortress is our destination. Let's hope we reach it safely. And once we are within its walls... Oh, don't like that chugging. I noticed on the forums someone said the chugging only seems to occur when the game autosaves, which is set to happen every 5 minutes. Better be careful with that then. I think... What was that? Getting some kind of graphical glitches occasionally. Yeah, looks like little dark lines shooting at the bottom of the screen. That on top of the tower seems somewhat new. Now, the reason that dark line appearing is concerning is that it looks like someone's shooting arrows at me. It really looks like someone is shooting arrows at me, and I know there's an archer over there. No, it seems to be a graphical glitch that occurs as I turn the camera and turn the character. Might need to see if there's something in the game settings that can prevent that. But for now, that looks like a bug. Oh, I see you there. Let's not tangle with that just yet. Let's see if we can get ourselves some slightly better equipment, I meant. Yeah, we're definitely getting some shuddering and juddering now in this region. There was a tiny little bit of it in the prison, but now it's significant. Again, I'm hoping this is, that there will be some... I'm hoping this is pre-optimization, pre-release, pre-optimization, and that in the future there will be improvements made. Thank you. How are we doing for experience points, by the way? We're about halfway to our next level. We have picked up many things. Quests, what's new? The first piece of the King's Soul is tied to Excalibur. Oh, really? That's rather blatant. I was hoping there might be smaller pieces we could find, but here we are. Hello? Hello? Right. Your money or your life. No, listen. Get up, soldier. The enemy is coming.
What's happening? In the name of the old mother, what are you doing? I could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before.
Surprised you could see anything. No, more likely I could have stabbed you, and I didn't. You couldn't. You were so drunk you can barely hold your sword. I'm a traveller. I was told I'd find safe haven here in the Horns.
But we don't just let anybody in, pal. You need to have, things, proof. Things to prove you're safe. For haven. Yeah.
Actually, with the face we have for Gwyn, we should be speaking a bit more like this man. Here, I have this pin. I was told I'd find a safe haven here in the Horns.
This pin. I can't say I see it very clearly at this present moment, but it does look important. Very official. But I remember Fergus said something about all this, these emblems once. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye, royal person, on behalf of the keepers. You are a great friend to our own. Welcome. Please, speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. He runs things around here in the captain's absence. he'll greet thee properly. Ha! Have a pleasant rest of the day. Ha! Open it up, boys!
My thank you, gate guard. Oh, I'm liking the new layout here a bit. Again, I'm not sure what's going on with the graphical glitching, but here we are. See a warrior striding about. It cannot be interacted with. These stationary fellows can. Oh, Keeper Temur is still here. Let's learn what we can about this place. The garrison is now on this side of the courtyard instead of over there. Very well. Ah, hello.
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning Majesty King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Tables. I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law and reject the rule of the crown is the duty and pride of every son. As Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces for the death of each bandit roving the area, as long as adequate proof is provided. I also recommend checking the bounty board for information on wanted criminals, especially those considered particularly dangerous. Please, state your business.
This is interesting. He's blandly just doing his job, not paying much attention, but he's got a cheery, friendly voice. You're a representative of Camelot.
That's correct. My name is Killian. I was sent here from the capital to see how the Horns of the South are handling the bandit problem, and also to encourage the keepers to fight.
Do they need much encouragement? Well, if Camelot knows about the bandits, why didn't they send the army?
The situation with the Pict and Del Rita savages is precarious. Too bad we can't get rid of them as easily as we did with the Druids. There have also been rumors that we might soon have a civil war on our hands, so Camelot cannot afford to spread our forces too thin.
Why don't you tell me your version of what happened to the Druids?
Well, you've probably heard about the Druids making human sacrifices by stuffing people into wicker puppets and setting them on fire. Well, the people decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. They rounded them all up and then sent them up in smoke. Oh, how they must have howled and sizzled. Too bad I couldn't see it.
Yeah, because the Red Priest blamed the Druids for the plague. Were all the Druids killed?
Most of them. The survivors have supposedly taken refuge with savages in the woods, and one of them is rumored to be hiding in the Horns area. But whether that was before or after the Charred Conclave, I don't know. Would you like to hear about him?
Yes. Tell me more.
His name was Slaudyard. He was lurking near Blood Lake, a small pond where they used to throw the bodies of executed convicts. They say he would fish them out and use his magic to turn them into undead monsters. Supposedly, he started needing some fresher corpses, so he slaughtered one of the keepers. The Horns organized a manhunt. They found him and sentenced him to death. People say that the moment his body touched the surface of Blood Lake, the water turned red and it's been scarred since that day. Some say that Slaudyard came back from the dead and seeks revenge. But if you ask me, it's just a tale by local simpletons.
Tell me about the situation with the tribes.
There are rumors that the Rita tribes want to unite, and that would mean open war with Camelot. As for those Pict savages, they've been growing bold, leaving their forest. For now, it's just been small scrimmages. But who knows how it would end?
Right. Not going to ask about this. There may be some interesting conversations at the next campfire. Have many people been claiming the bounties?
None so far. The keepers don't want to risk being turned into pincushions for a mere 10 gold pieces. Besides, the captain banned them from leaving the Horns of the South without a good reason. Too many bandits and not enough keepers.
Having no idea how much 10 gold pieces are worth yet, I can see why people might balk at trying to claim such a bounty. What if nobody claims bounties and the bandits roam freely?
Well, Camelot would send a group of knights with Sir Galahad at the head, and he's not interested in half measures. He'd probably burn down half the garrison, or hang them. He's done both. By the way, did you know that people who are hanged rarely die from strangulation? Usually the sudden jolt causes the backbone to snap, which separates the head from the body. A while ago I saw someone hanged in the village, and it's true. One snap, and it's done.
So Galahad sounds like a force to be reckoned with.
No matter what you say about him, he's very efficient. Brutal, even by my standards, but efficient.
Brutal is an interesting choice of words for the only knight who was better than Sir Lancelot, his father. Right, that fact about hanging was quite interesting. Do you have any other little tidbits like that?
Oh, sure, plenty. Did you know that apparently if you cut off someone's head, they don't die straight away, but remain conscious for a few moments?
I have heard that, although it would be very hard to prove it. Interesting. Anything else?
If someone dies in a damp, closed-off space, sometimes, but very rarely, their body creates a thin layer of wax on the surface of the skin.
Right, do you know anything else?
I heard that a body decomposes in water 4 times faster than on land.
Does it? Anything else?
I need to think. If I remember anything, I'll let you know.
Alright.
Oh, hey, before you go, I can see the bloodlust in your eyes, you know. It takes one to know one. So here's some friendly advice, free of charge. If you're
yes,
seeking scum
please.
to slay, you'll find bandits in the ruins of a merchant settlement nearby. It's worth visiting if you haven't already.
I will consider... What is going on with these dark lines appearing on the screen? It may be to do with shadows. I'm not sure what's causing it. The head of Senan the Giant, the heart of Silent Cilia. Wasn't Cilia one of the characters from the interesting head of a fingerless column? The head of Rusty Ardgal. I should probably be looking into those when I'm ready to leave this place. For now, though, I'm just grateful to have got past that horrific giant monstrosity. Hello?
All mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed virgins. And who might you be? You don't look like one of them.
Oh, you seem angry.
Oh, do I now? You would be too if you had to deal with those sniveling morons when they're up to something. Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you can't smell bullshit from a mile away. There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the bottom of it. And here's a brilliant idea. You're going to help me.
Am I now?
I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting with his delivery. Although I'm pretty sure he knows this already.
So there's a Brendan and a Brandon here now?
You don't know? He's the captain of this entire circus. I thought since they let you in, you must have an in with him. But it turns out you know even less than I do.
Lady,
There's
I just got
something going
here.
on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. I've been doing business with the captain for years now. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. They won't let me further in, not even to set up camp in the village. But they won't let me out either. Anyway, good luck to you. Come and visit if you need anything.
What do you got? Okay, lockpick. Traveler's trousers. About the same armor as what we've currently got. Traveler's boots. Bit better. Traveler's robe. I'm not seeing armor categories displayed. So arrows, fire arrows, torch, pickaxe, shovel, fishing rod, wood cutting axe, copper throwing knives and iron throwing knives. But we have things. Dagger, Dagger. 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 We don't need more than one. Brick hammer. Okay. And a short sword that requires a second point of strength. Can we equip it without meeting that requirement? I do not know. We can sell one of these spades and one of those bows. Let's part with a couple of hoods. This armor may serve us in good stead. Torn red shields, leather armor. I don't know. Torn red priest robe. Aha. It's not easy to see what we have equipped. Wait. I shouldn't be selling these items so eagerly. Worn, worn. Just checking if there's a quality. Because we can break these down for crafting, can't we? Let us see if we can find a blacksmith and let him, use his forge. This is a very different statue of a figure with an axe. Sewell Firstfoot, he who first set foot on Avalon under Arthur's command, he who forged a path for the king and his loyal subjects. Glory and honor to the founder of the Horns of the South. And we got a two-handed weapon skill upgrade. Excellent. Hello.
Oi, friend. A question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting.
That's terrible.
It's good to see a new face in this sad hole. Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blade sharpened?
Well, we'll see. You don't get many visitors, huh?
Not really. Especially since we went into a lockdown a while ago. People used to come and go. Now and then a ship would make a stop at the village below, but nobody's really come around since. Well, since the entire shit show that's going down everywhere. Now that I think of it, you're the first they've let in. What'd you do? Who did you bribe?
Oh, you don't want to know. Look up. Well, apparently I've got this badge.
Oh, so you have friends in Camelot. Good for you.
You recognize it?
Of course I do. Those pins are peak craftsmanship, and very rare at that. We only gave them out on Camelot's orders. But when I look at you, well, it's pretty obvious you wouldn't be able to beat a knight. And even if you found one already dead, you'd sooner nick his armor than a pin you knew nothing about. Either way, good for you.
Right. What do you got? The art of making arrows. Adventures of the Swan Knight for 500 gold. Looks like very nice pieces of equipment. How to forge iron without making a fool of yourself, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Okay. Let's take that. And they probably really want us to take this. Okay, no requirements. 3 strength, 5 strength, 2 strength. Okay. Wooden shield, kite shield, lots of leather and wood. We can probably dismantle things for that. And then we have plenty here that we could, well, some stuff. Let's see. How to Forge Iron Without Making a Fool of Yourself, Volume 1, by Big Orm. An axe is an axe, and a war axe is a war axe. Don't go mixing them up. One's for wood, the other's for people. An axe needs to cut clean so the grain doesn't split the wrong way. A war axe needs to hit hard, sink under the ribs, and not get stuck in the first bit of chainmail it meets. How do you make one? You need good steel, the kind that won't crack from a weak swing. Shape it under the hammer, temper it in fire, then fix it tight to the handle, because what good is a blade if it flies out of your hands? An axe should be light enough that your arm doesn't tire. A war axe, on the other hand, needs weight. It's the heft that does the work. And if you can't forge a sharp edge yet, start with a mace. No need to worry about cutting angles, hardening or sharpening. A mace is just a solid chunk of iron. Just make sure the weight is balanced so it doesn't pull to one side. Volume 2. A spear seems like a simple thing, a stick with a point on the end. But if you think all it takes is strapping a bit of iron to a pole, you got no business being a smith. The spearhead does all the work, so it needs to be forged right. Too thin and it'll bend on the first hit. Too thick and it won't pierce where it needs to. Temper it wrong and it'll either snap or go blunt. Shape matters too. A broad head cuts better, a narrow one drives deeper. Some even have barbs to make pulling them out harder, but that's a lesson for later. And if you're thinking of making shields, learn to forge the fittings first. The iron that keeps the wood from falling apart. Just don't go overboard. Making the metal too heavy and the warrior won't need an enemy. He'll be fighting his own shield. Okay, looks like we can cut wood here. Nope. Let's see. Handcrafting upgrade, attach relic, armor weight reduction. Okay, well let's just start with crafting and see what we can do. So far, everything needs metal. Leather. We got deer pelt, not wolf. Okay, got it. Kite shield, bit of metal and leather, and we'd be grand. Okay, let's just back out a moment. Ooh, leather jacket. Requires 3 endurance. Okay. We're working on it. 2 strength for a nice mace. Just needs a lot of metal. Okay, got it. Attach relic. Armor weight reduction. Upgrade. It appears we can't deconstruct items anymore. Or perhaps that's a different workstation. Alright, let's go talk to the blacksmith anymore. If we can't deconstruct items... Yeah, he's gone. Okay. Clearly he's gone to bed. If we can't deconstruct items, we can just sell them. Now... We should go see this guard captain before we find ourselves somewhere to rest. Okay, this is looking more like it. More like the familiar statue from earlier versions of early access. What happened to the objective marker that was right up here? Oh, we do have it. Okay, right over there on the right. And now we're running again. Let's stop. Start and stop. A defending wall. I think we should go inside. But you know what? We have reached a nice, safe location. Oh, what's moving? Who's moving? Somebody important. I think we should go inside here. Well, that was nice and straightforward, wasn't it? It set us to running again. This is the little museum place, isn't it? Reinforced chest, we're not going to mess with that. Why are we... Got a little gargoyle. We won't take that. Requires guard's key, which we don't have. Looks like we've taken a wrong turn somehow. As if we should not be down here. At least not unsupervised. What about these stairs? Let's let him sleep. Not disturb him for now. We shall indeed let the sleeping guard lie. It did look like there might have been some kind of hole in the wall there. Well, apparently we're going back outside. Let's see, do we have Okay, pressing E to track or untrack did nothing there. As did pressing it a second time. Okay. Definitely seems to be over there. And we're running again, aren't we? Yes, we are. So, if that statue granted us experience, there may be other monuments and things that we can encounter that will likewise improve our skills. It would seem that we should rest, but I'm trying to avoid that for now. Fergus's house, okay. Jan's quarters. Many locked locations. Yeah, we don't even get to interact with that one. Barracks? Sure. Let's get some sleep. There we go. Because at least that way we might get to interact with people again. See? Now you just want us to go out here. And perhaps now we'll be able to meet this fellow.
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope.
Yes, he was pretty drunk.
Most unfortunate. But that explains why you just strutted into the horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know that I'm the quartermaster here. Now, state your business. And please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see.
I received this badge from a friend. I assume you know what it means.
Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he?
We were shipwrecked on the way. He might have survived.
If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade. And that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home.
I'm not going to say, oh, I'm here to collect Excalibur. Tell me about this place.
Fine then. This is the keep. Anyone sworn in as a keeper lives here, unless they're no longer fit for service. If that happens, they get transferred to the village. Otherwise, they're not allowed to go there without my express permission. So if you ever see any of my boys down there looking shifty, feel free to report them. You're allowed to walk around the keep and the village, but if anyone catches you stealing, I'll take your hands. If you attack any of my men, I'll take your head. That enough for you?
It was pretty informative. I talked to Orla. Why can't she leave this place?
That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her presence here distracts my men.
I see. If you know Odrin's drunk, why do you keep him stationed at the front gate? It's probably Odran.
He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job, and no offense to Odran, but let's just say we can afford to lose him.
Having a drunk guard at the front gate is not a very good look.
I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult.
What exactly are you responsible for here?
I'm Captain Brandon's right hand. He deals with the serious matters I don't want to know anything about. I take care of our everyday life.
Right. Is there anything I can help you with?
We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it. Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on there.
Who's Marg?
He's our huntsman. He keeps us stocked with meat, so the lads don't have to live on fish alone. They get pretty grumpy when that happens. Right now, Marg is the only other person who's allowed to leave the keep. I'm not about to risk the life of our last link to the outside world, especially when you're so eager to lend a hand.
Hey, not eager, just inquiring as to the needs of the group here. I don't think he's mentioned the cemetery at all. Do you have any idea what might be causing this?
There is a local legend about a dark druid named Slaughter? Slaughter, that was it. He was a necromancer rumored to be able to raise the dead and make them do his bidding. It's quite an old legend, though, so unless he managed to raise himself from the dead, I doubt he's behind this.
You didn't send any of your men to investigate?
The captain forbade anyone from leaving the keep, so I couldn't. And truth be told, I didn't particularly want to. We don't get many recruits, and you're, well...
disposable?
Your words, not mine.
Where is this cemetery?
It's not far, and it's hard to miss. But honestly, I'd suggest you go see Marg first.
Sounds like a good idea.
What you're walking into, so if I were you, I'd try to learn as much as possible beforehand.
Could you tell me any more about the cemetery?
It's old. From what I've heard, it even predates the Horns of the South. The keepers and the people from the village below used to bury their dead there. But after the flood, it's been pretty much abandoned.
There was a flood.
Yeah, damn druids. They flooded a village of innocent people just to show everyone they're still in power. Fat lot of good it did them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad we got rid of them. The things they could do were...
Alright, I'll look into that.
good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been causing the problem.
Right. I'd like to speak to the captain.
Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon.
Why is that?
Because I said so. What, did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there?
I'm not going to try and bully him into doing this. Alright. This badge should tell you I've got some friends in high places.
So what?
Just tell me where he is.
And have you helped any of my people? Or are you just here to wave that pen in my face again? First, show me you care. And then I'll take you to the captain. I can't have every random stray wasting his time. Not now, when the outcome of the war with its tribes is so precarious. I trust we understand each other?
I believe we do. First for work, then the audience.
Good. Come back when you've proven your worth to the Horns of the South. Then we'll talk.
We'll see how things go.
If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
apparently I already did. New experience, and we're running again. New experience means we are much closer to leveling. Ooh. Let's see. 2 strength for a close combat weapon, 3 endurance for a piece of light leather armor. I'm just thinking about my next level. Most of the crafted weapons that require 2 strength require a lot of metal that we don't have. Whereas we might be able to do something about that leather. About the rocks. I'm looking for the wolf pelts. There we go. Okay, so we can craft something with them. We just need to learn more recipes. I mean, can't we just experiment? Ooh. There's a fort. Surely we can, right? If we can make leather from deer hides, then surely the wolf hides might serve a similar purpose. Also, right. Oh, let's see now. 2 strength, 2 endurance, no requirements. And it's significantly better than the one we already have, but 400 coins. It would seem we might have a bit of a bloated economy. 2 strength, 3 dexterity, okay. We can purchase leather for 30 coins each. Let's not do that just yet. Wait, wool, linen, jute, iron ore. Okay. So no experimentation possible, only pure crafting. Right, weapons, arrows, needs what? Broken arrows, okay. 3 leather, 6 leather. Okay. Copper ore. Iron ore, okay. Was it something we did in conversation with him instead of using the workbench before to deconstruct? Sell, buy back. So it's not here. Now, do you have any work for me?
Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too delicate for you to handle. Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it. And I'll have work for you immediately. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lockdown, there's not much demand for my services either.
Well, surely there must be something you could do us some help with.
Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. If you're willing to learn, that is.
Okay. Apprenticeship should be paid, but what are you willing to teach me?
Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make good use of that. You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemists. They're likely snatching up the corpses, using the muck to cook their weird concoctions. But perhaps You'd rather craft yourself some armor from those hides, huh? We should start with something simple. Let's see. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. And when you're done, you can bring it over so I can see what you've made.
Corpse Eater rags and Corpse Eater's cap. Okay. Uh, 2 iron, 3 leather, blimey. Okay, so we could try and make this. Requires 2 dexterity, of course. 2 iron and 3 leather is expensive. We don't have that. And we need to be in front of him to talk to him. Okay. Let's sell you some stuff. I'm not going to sell him just cloth. I will sell things with a, you know, somewhat protective value. The non-metallic stuff can go to the woman. Right. There we go. We should now be able to afford some. 30. Right. So 60 and 90, that's a lot more than we've got. So it'll be a while before we can do that. Now. Okay. So the ones that are not equipped are not shown in the trade interface. Okay, that's good to know. Let's go sell a few things to Orla. Make a little more money. And be on the lookout for, I believe it was Marg, the hunter. Keeper Tamur will be speaking with you. I suspect anyone with one of these face cloths is just not up for conversation. You look like the hunter. Nope. And that sudden turn resulted, not resolved, in another dark line on the screen. Okay. What do you got? Stuff. Stuff with very high prices but no requirements. Let us sell some more stuff. Oh, right. And all this stuff. Yeah, go for it. Lockpicks are... okay. Not rubbish. Okay, now we got a little more money. Could we get even a little bit more? We got a broken arrow. We could do something with arrows. Okay. Let's go back to the blacksmiths and see if we can do something with those broken arrows. Or one of it. Oh, right. It's, There we go. Needs 10 broken arrows. Okay, fine. Lockpick. Iron ore. We could do that, actually. Make some lockpicks for the experience. Or make a pair of leather gloves. An expenditure I may regret. So if I want to make this, I'm going to need 2 more iron, which we just don't have the money for yet. If I make these, they require 3 endurance, so I don't need them just yet. I don't know if that's free to equip, or they can be equipped with but have a lower effect or slow me down or something. So I'll hold off. 8 metal is a lot. 3, strength 4, 3, 2. Okay. 9 to 14, 11 to, okay. If only we had lots of money. Well, that quest for money will obviously be a future endeavor. For now, I'm not going to make anything with that leather just yet, but it's nice to have it. And we should go looking for Marg, wherever he may be. He is allowed to leave the keep. Hello.
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed right away. So, who's in charge there now?
I'm not from Connacht, nor Timberwall, nor from Camelot. I'm from nowhere.
Nowhere? Never heard about it. Must be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you.
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. The Druids are out of the picture already.
So, a secret coalition planning a coup.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too.
So could you.
Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
Huh. Are you suggesting someone intentionally caused the plague?
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
Right.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
So, what's at stake?
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. Over Avalon. Over the whole damn course of history.
And how would I recognize someone from a secret coalition?
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
Right.
You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up? And us peasants eventually just started to believe in it.
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. And then they built statues, wrote books, and everything else.
You know, if you keep questioning everything, you'll end up believing nothing. Maybe you should have some faith, you know? Sounds like you're starting to talk a load of nonsense.
Yeah? Don't tell me you're one of those fools that think that the All-Mother exists. Have you ever seen her? How do you know that we're not being lied to?
Exactly. But maybe one day you'll see the truth.
Maybe you just really don't understand the idea of blind faith. And after what I've seen recently, yeah. Speak to Marg about the events. And where will I find Marg? He may be outside the walls of the fortress. Corpse Eater armor. Gotta work on that. The gate is wide open. Well, I'll approach Visgard, and I think I'll speak to him in the next episode. For now, though, I'm going to end this one here, because I've played for a pretty long time at this point. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio. See you all soon.